We're in my kitchen today because it's Sunday and I'm cooking for the next 4 days so that I don't have to worry about making my food. So I thought we could talk while I cut some meat, because why not? That sounds fun. I have a lot of things that I wrote in the notebook recently, and let me just wash this meat real quick. I feel like I'm too close, but I also couldn't figure out how to get this camera to sit up here, so it's probably fine. So while I was cutting some of this, I was thinking about fate and destiny, and how I think that they kind of coexist together. So if something is fated to happen, that means that it's out of our control. Whereas destiny is something that we choose to do. So like if something's like a meeting, like if you meet somebody and it's like a fated meeting, you still have a choice in what you do with that person. So like say it's a romantic relationship, you're fated to meet this person and you're like, you think your destiny is to marry them, right? But you can choose to not do that. So even though you meet the person, you don't have to marry them, kind of thing. You can choose to do something else. So in that way, fate and destiny kind of fit together, or they coexist. I don't know, what are your thoughts? How do you feel about fate and destiny? Another thing that I recently stumbled upon is this concept of 3D, 4D, and 5D. And there's this book, I guess. I don't know. I have to do more research, but this guy, he's like a manifestation coach. His name's Neville Goddard, I think. Anyway, people on Reddit were talking about the difference between 3D, 4D, and 5D. And there's a lot of manifestation coaches on YouTube who talk about not checking the 3D for your manifestations. And I sort of have a different view of this. So the people on Reddit were saying that if you're constantly checking the 3D, it's like reducing your chances of the manifestation coming to fruition. But they also said something that bothered me. They were like, the 3D world is a past rendition of your thoughts, or something along those lines. So basically they were saying what you experience in the 3D world is not real. It's what you thought from the past that's showing up now. And I find that problematic because what we're experiencing in the 3D world right now, the now, is the only moment you have, right? So if right now is a past thought coming to fruition now, that's your manifestations from the past are here now, but you're still manifesting for the future, then you're going to be stuck in this loop of always wanting more. You'll never be satisfied if you're not present in this current moment. So like if you're, I'm like swinging this knife if you're not satisfied with your current 3D reality and you're constantly manifesting more, better, then you're not appreciating what you've already manifested. So I think in order for you to accept the things that you're manifesting, you have to be in the 3D. You can't constantly be in 4D, 5D. So basically what they say, the 3D is the world that we live in right now. The things that you can see, touch, feel, hear is the 3D. Then the 4D, they say, is like the dream world. So when you're sleeping, maybe when you're daydreaming, that's sort of the 4D world. And then the 5D is like the spirit realm, where the gods and the spirit guides and the angels all exist. So we're human embodied. We live in the 3D world. So you have to be in the 3D. You can't avoid it. And I don't even know what they mean because they don't specify. They just say, don't check in the 3D world. And like, they don't explain what that means. So it's problematic because it's open-ended and like you can't really understand what's going on. But I think it's important to appreciate what you have in the 3D world in order to manifest other things into your 3D world. If you're constantly living in the dream realm, then you're not grounded in existence. You're floating in this space that you've created in your dream world. So I'm curious what people think about that, because I feel like I have maybe a different view of it. Hell, I might be wrong. I don't know. I don't think anybody's right or wrong about certain things, but we all have different ideas of what the truth is. And the only way to get to, if there is an ultimate truth, the only way to get there is to look at all the perspectives of the same situation. So if you have different thoughts than me, tell me about them. I am curious. I would like to know. How do you view the 3D, 4D, 5D world? How do you manifest? What is it that we're manifesting? When I hear manifesting, I'm thinking of just like setting goals and achieving goals. But like, I wonder if it's more than that. I also think a lot about semantics and how when we say a word, we all give it a meaning, right? So like, what meaning are we giving to these words? And do we all have the same meaning, or do we all have different meanings of the same word? Especially in language, when people speak different languages, the same word in different languages can also have different meanings. And some languages have words with meanings that can't be translated into other languages because the other languages lack the vocabulary with the same meanings. So when you try to translate something from one language to another and it doesn't have an exact match, then it loses the meaning because it kind of dilutes the meaning when you translate it, and it doesn't have a direct translation. Interesting stuff. This is fun. Cooking with Sky. Talking about spiritual philosophy, mumbo jumbo. Let's do this again sometimes. I'm gonna be cooking on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Today is Sunday, so I'm trying to be relaxed about it, and I thought this would be a fun way to do that. So I'm just gonna cut this beef. I don't know what I'm gonna turn it into yet. Maybe some curry, maybe some miso, something. I don't know. Send me some dinner ideas. What's your favorite dinner? Put it in the comments. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it. And I'm right on time too. It took me exactly 10 minutes to cut all this beef up. But I can't turn my camera off until I wash my hands, so. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, glorious, lovely day. This video probably won't come out until Tuesday, Monday, tomorrow? Maybe tomorrow. I don't know how many videos ahead I am. I might do another one later in a nature location and talk about some other things, because I wrote a lot in my journal yesterday about things I want to talk about. So stay tuned for those. I'm also thinking about doing some shadow work tarot oracle videos, so if you're interested in those, be on the lookout for those as well. They'll have a different thumbnail picture because I'm trying to keep organized in some way. So yeah, see you in the next one.